Hi everyone, welcome to Unit 4. In Unit 4, we're going to be focusing on a couple different things. You're going to be looking at the role of markets and how they make decisions. Markets are going to be very important because it helps us to establish things that we look at and how those things can impact our daily life. Approximately let me do it this way. Markets provide all kinds of things that we need. Food, clothing, cell phones, all kinds of things that are very important. And when we look at markets, they can really help us to what we're doing. Being able to establish this is going to be helpful as well. You'll notice that even if everyone was convinced, you'll notice that the benefits of this, markets will probably destroy a lot of things that go on. And that's going to be something interesting. We look at this thing called non-durable goods. And what happens is it's a good that's excluded if people who don't pay cannot be easily transferred to them. That's something that's going to be very interesting to look at because it really establishes how markets will exist. You'll notice that we cannot pay or easily be prevented from using that good. But we look at this to make decisions all the time. That is what will be very helpful for us to be able to grow. A non-rival aspect of a good is also important. Non-rival aspect tells us a lot. One of the things it will tell us is a good that is if one person use of the good does not reduce the ability of someone else. And that's kind of helpful too. What it looks at is how we make those decisions. Making those decisions is going to be something that will be critical for us. But non-rival and excludable are something that we kind of look at. If we look at this asteroid deflection, it's a public good. What does that mean? Non-excludable. It means non-taxpayers can't really be charged for what they're doing with this. There's nothing that they can do. It's very hard to exclude them. Many people can enjoy the benefits, but that's really all. Now, a pair of new jeans. That's more of an example of a private good. And when you look at this, you notice that jeans have that ability to really make decisions on what we look at. Non-payers can be excluded from consuming them, but only one person can really wear them at a time. Having the ability to look at it that way can be very helpful. So if we look at this, you'll notice that we're going to be facing some decisions. The first one is excludable and rival. Excludable is private goods. Jeans, hamburgers, contact lenses. Means I can exclude people from consuming it because there's a price attached to it. Okay? We compete with it as well. And how do we compete with it? You compete with it for the fact of you have to make a decision on what you want to look at. Now, excludable and non-rival, that's like cable TV. I can exclude people from utilizing it for the fact of if they can't pay for it, there's nothing they can do. However, it's a challenge for looking at this and how decisions are made. Now, non-excludable and rival, that's like common resources that we see. Public roads. And non-excludable, non-rival, that's like national defense. We can't get people to pay for what they actually paid as well. So those are some of the concepts that we're looking at in Unit 4 as I look forward to your effort.